I just got off the phone with a buddy from prison, and he's excited. He's supposed to be getting out next month, and we had this conversation. We talked about family and life, and I'm reminded of the strength of the friendships that I made inside, because there was a common experience and kind of a common struggle and understanding that I haven't been able to find with people out here. Now, I've met some really good people. I've met people that I like talking to or going to the gym with or riding with. Like, I've actually been able to develop some good relationships after initially feeling like I didn't know what I was doing. But there's still a sense of separation or like a lack of understanding. It's almost like when you're with somebody, but they can't understand this huge part of your life or this huge part of your past experience. The other day I was talking to a veteran, and he was talking about the same thing, about how the guys he served with overseas understood something that nobody else does. That no matter how often he tries to, when he comes home to his wife and his kids, he can't express that, he can't share that, he can't put it into words. And it makes me think of the whole kind of idea of tribe. I'm reading this book, Tribe by Sebastian Junger. And he says that that's our biggest problem, is that we don't have a sense of tribe or community. That essentially we're talking about the military and the fact that they feel like there's something missing when they come back, or people coming out of prison don't have something. But we're missing something out here in the world. He's essentially saying there's a problem with the way we're living in the world. And I think that's true, because I've noticed out here we have this huge sense of like loneliness and isolation and a lack of connection. And where does it come from? Well, it comes from this hyper independence where we're all going to do our own thing and we're all going to like enjoy our own lives, rather than recognizing that we're all part of a community and we all have to contribute, and therefore we all benefit, because we believe that like we can make our own way or pull ourselves up by our bootstraps or do these things, and it's appealing. And like I have tattoos on each of my legs, one that's a whole set of kind of Wu Wei, the whole, action without action from Taoism. The other side is this big, very big egoic, like American, like we're going to do it our own way kind of thing, because I think we're both, right? But I think we've lost a sense of that community, because I know getting out, that's what I struggled with more than anything, was a sense of loneliness or disconnect or not knowing where I fit in or how to be of service or how to be connected to other people. And the ways that I've found that have been really profound, but it hasn't been the same as that common experience in prison. And it makes me think that there's some things we could learn from that, like being in a common experience together, recognizing that COVID could have been the perfect example. Like, we have this global threat, whatever it is, and we can come together and help one another and figure out a way to get through this, but instead we further divided ourselves and further made it, black and white and this and left and right. And I just think it's so unfortunate, because all of these opportunities, every struggle is an opportunity for us to grow closer together and stronger as a community and stronger as a group, or it's an opportunity to like mistrust each other or find ways to put each other down. And I don't like that. I don't like the sense of isolation. I don't like the depression and the rates of suicide and all the things that I see in the world around me, because it's sad. It doesn't have to be that way. We can show up for each other. We can stop on the street and talk to people. We can stop in a store and talk to people. We can build relationships. When our neighbor or our friend needs something done, when they need a new roof or they need a tarp put over it, we can go do it. The easiest thing to do is just show up. And sometimes it can be hard to find those invitations or open those doors, or we might feel uncomfortable asking for other people. But I'm realizing we just have to do it. We have to express our needs to the world. We can't expect everybody to meet them. We can't even expect anybody to meet them, but we can put them out there and hope that somebody does. We can exchange with the world, understanding that we can ask for help, but also when we hear someone asking for help, we have to give back. And that sense of community, I think it's possible. Like, I see it in my daily life, in the micro life. I saw it in prison, which was the last place anybody would have thought of people coming together and helping one another and being emotionally supportive, but we did. And that makes me believe that we can do it in the wider world with more resources and more opportunities and more ways to show up for each other.